Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another edition of the Four Dudes, One Card podcast. Welcome to the first tee, Joe Schur, Kojak, Daigle, and Max Rooney Massey. How we doing tonight, boys? I'll start with Kojak. Talk to me, fella.
Buddy, we're doing fucking great. And we're going to tell you why we're doing real great here real soon. How are you?
Why? Because we can't figure out fucking Riverdance?
No, because Rory McIlroy didn't win a green jacket.
Daigle, how you doing
because
tonight?
my boy has...
Oh, what do we got tonight?
Oh, no. We got IPA Jack.
We got IPA Jack in the stew.
We're in the stew.
Oh, it
Little
looks like
stone face?
it's got the cabinet fucking filter over it.
Love what you done with the place, by the way.
Oh, finest kind. How you doing?
Buddy, little 41C money coming in pretty nice.
Yeah.
I can play the piano.
Coming in real steady. All right, Kel. Well, glad you're here, buddy. We couldn't figure out Riverdance, so we have one more fucking run here on StreamYard. So, yeah, we're coming at you fucking hot and heavy. We got a bunch of things in the work. I'm going to throw it back to Kojak after you do our intros here. He's going to do a quick update on what we're going to be doing with the brand here. But, Daigle, how you doing tonight, bud?
I'm doing pretty fantastic, actually. We got the first tee time for the boys coming up on Sunday.
Oh, tell me. Where are we going? What are we playing?
We're playing Loudon.
Oh, tough.
Oh, yeah. You gotta break it in tough.
Yeah, get kicked in the dick right in fucking April.
Why not? Might as well. But other than that, the boys are buzzing. I got that itch. I got to go out there, so you got to take what you can get.
You better scratch
Love
it.
that.
You got that itch. You got to scratch it.
Tell me, Max.
Oh, trust me. I got that itch. I'm playing tomorrow. I can't wait.
Hell yeah. Max has got league tomorrow, which means he's going to be dropping darts, texting the group message, very, very cryptic and obscure tweets. Yo! Be like, Max, what happened? You guys just bought just 320 down one. I'm like, oh, all right. I guess that's what that means. But glad we got the boys back together. We got a big Masters episode here. I'm going to throw it to Kojak for a quick brand update, and then we're going to dive right into Scottie Scheffler getting his second jacket there.
Boys, obviously we know we're brand new, but I think we have a lot of what we've been talking about behind the scenes of like what we want to do with on the course videos and stuff. So I think we have a good what's the word? A good script of kind of what plan of what we want to do. I think we're gonna have Joe's gonna come out with this little segment called Juicy Swings. Pretty much we'll just play a hole. Do we either one or three holes? But do we decide, Joe? I don't know, but
I think we do 3-hole pockets. Do like something like I'll do the first 3 holes of a couple courses, kind of mix
do like a par 4, and like a par 3. Sneak a par 3 in there.
Yeah, we'll do maybe a 3-hole sample of some holes on the courses I play around Charleston.
So it'll be a cool little segment, Juicy Swings, and then Max, we can figure something out that you could do some fucking crazy upside down behind the back putts or some shit. I don't know.
We're eventually going to play Max in a shamble where all of us will share a T-ball and then have to play in from there and see if we can beat the guru himself. We got a lot of stuff in the works.
Yeah.
I love it.
And this is just kind of stuff that we just spitball wicked quick. And obviously, you know, Daigle and Max, we want you guys, obviously, your input. Ooh, good on you.
Nice.
I
Great
was just
golf, bud.
another one too. I was thinking, you know, kind of to go with the juicy swings kind of thing. You know, I was thinking of maybe like for my Wednesday round, taking like, you know, hitting like 5 putts, giving like some putting feel, knowledge to the boys. You know, every week, kind of what I'm feeling, kind of what to work on, kind of things with the putting stroke. Things like that.
Yeah, well, my videos will be strictly entertainment. Well, yours will be more educational, as there's something that the average golfer can probably take away. So, I don't know. I feel like we got a good position for the boys. We go out and subscribe to the YouTube 4 Dudes 1 Cart. We're trying to get a subscriber base there. We're going to be dropping some videos soon, so everything will be coming out. We'll be posting clips on Twitter, clips on Instagram. We'll have some full-length stuff on YouTube. So go over to 4 Dudes 1 Cart. Kojak, you changed the first letter of that or the first word of that already?
So everything is 4 FOUR dudes. One is spelled out as well. So there's no numbers at all. You find us TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. I don't know what the hell else is out there for social platforms, but fucking Christ, that's enough.
Yes. All right, let's get into it. We're going to be coming with a lot of content. Just keep your eyes on the YouTube, keep your eyes on the Twitter, keep your eyes on all the podcasts. Obviously, we're going to be coming to you weekly. Let's get into it, though. Scottie grabs his second green jacket. Pretty much, I would call it his B game, and he still came out and stomped the field. I don't know. He's just he's the hot guy right now. Pause. He's the hot guy right now. I think the plus 450 plus 400 odds at the beginning of the week, they seemed short, and now they seem that was great value to get Scottie at that time. But I want to throw this. I know Kojak, you've been a big Scottie supporter, so I kind of want to throw this to you. What do you think this means for Scottie going forward? What does this add to his legacy, and where do you think that he needs to take his career from here to be considered, like, kind of put it up in that pantheon with the greatest golfers of all time?
Yeah, man, he's had a hell of a fucking career, hell of a resume. Damn, the second jacket is just huge. I don't think any. I mean, I think he probably would have got another one, but as quickly as he did, two jackets, 3 years, that's kind of nuts. I'm still not convinced with his putting. I'm still kind of shocked he won by 4 strokes with, unfortunately, the way he putts. But hopefully, like I said on the first episode, his mallet putter will help him. I don't know.
Why Rory gave him the advice to switch to a mallet, we will never fucking know. What are fucking goddamn it, Rory? I'm not happy with you right now. A couple different fronts. Yeah.
No, it was cool. I love Scottie. He's a great dude off the course, and very humble guy. If anyone's gonna happen to the game right now, with him, he's a very good person to give it to. I just like it a lot more for you and I's personal little debate.
We'll get into that. Let's stay in the present here. Stay in the present here.
But no, he played a hell of a weekend. What was he? He had the lead for Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Well, dude, on Saturday, was it on Saturday before he dropped that huge eagle putt, dude? He fucking bogeyed. He was like 3 over or 2 over in 2 holes, got all the way back to like 2 or 3 off the lead, like 4 back. With it was like that dude who crapped his pants and Homa who the fuck is the dude who shit himself? He shit all over himself.
Edberg? Max, no, what is it?
Aberg played good down the stretch. Who the fuck? Regardless,
played terrible.
Yeah, that was on that was Friday afternoon. He fucking took a Dixie there. But yeah, I think it was cool that Scottie kind of had that lapse on Saturday, came back, hit that fucking eagle putt, got back to fucking who tied for the lead, won back. I want to go to Daigle here for some this weekend thoughts on Scottie. I know you're in the same camp as the other guys here, so I want to get your thoughts. And then Max, I'm going to send it to you. Just pick it up right after Daigle, and I want to hear more about how you think why I want to hear more about Scottie's golf game instead of kind of more about the fanfare. So Daigle, give me more about this weekend.
I loved watching Scottie this weekend. I think the best part about Scottie's game is just how calm, cool, and collected the guy can stay no matter what happens. And I think that's what made the difference this weekend. You saw Morikawa blow up. You saw Homa blow up. Everyone seemed to kind of blow up down the stretch there once the back 9 came. Specifically, I think it was 11. But I think Scottie also bogeyed 11, but then he went on to birdie 3 or 4 more holes on the back. So it's just the man just can't, like, he doesn't lose his head. He's just constantly on his game, and that's what sets him apart from everyone else right now. And I think he's going to continue to do it. I mean, as long as he keeps playing the way he's playing, I don't see anyone really stopping him.
Yeah, and I think a good telling stat of that, exactly what Daigle just brought up, is his birdie percentage after a bogey. He has the highest birdie percentage after a bogey on tour. So that's a good thing of resiliency. Max, talk to me more about Scottie's golf game and how he played on Saturday and Sunday.
Scottie stones. Okay? That's all you have to know. Scottie has a set of stones. That's all it is. When he has to make the putt, he does. Look at it coming down the stretch. Besides the ball striking, when he needs to make a putt, he makes a putt. As much shit as we give him for not making putts when it matters, when he needs to hit a putt, he hits a putt. I mean, if you look at it, the only other person that's won the Masters and the Players in the same year is who?
Tiger Woods.
Thank you. So I'm just saying that just solidifies it right there. Like, he's there. Scottie Scheffler's here to stay. Like, as much as people want to say it, this isn't a Jordan Spieth, you know, oh, he's blowing up a little bit and then he's going to fiddle off. Bro, I'm telling you right now, Scottie Scheffler is here to stay. And a big part of that is his caddy, Ted Scott. Ted Scott, this is his what? His fourth Masters. He had 2 with Bubba and now he has 2 with Scottie. So I just think Scottie's head game, like Daigle said, is just so in tune with where he needs to be. It's just unbelievable. His mental game is what won him that golf tournament. It has nothing to do with his putting, his ball, his mental game. He knew it's just one shot. I just need to make the next shot, the next shot, the next shot. And when he made that eagle, it was over. It's Scottie buckets from there.
Well, I think it was
zero rounds over par in all of 2024 so far, and he has 3 wins on tour.
You want to hear something else?
And the 3 wins he has is the Players, Bay Hill, and he donned another fucking jacket. Go ahead, Max. Excuse me. Sorry for cussing.
No, you're good. In the last 36 days, that man's made over $12 million.
I'm glad you said that.
So if you break it down, okay, that man's made over $315,000 a day in the last 36 days. That's absolutely wild. Disgusting. Scottie Scheffler is a freak. He's here to stay. And I'm telling you, he's going to be, besides Tiger, he's going to be the next greatest major champion out there. Watch.
3.6 from the Masters, 4 million from Bay Hill, 4.5 from the Players, and he tied second for the Houston Open and got $500,000. That was in the last 35 days.
Stupid money.
He's 3 wins in 35 days.
Let me know when the glazing's done.
It's done.
All right, cool.
It'll never be done. He looks great with a beard.
All right. So I just want to bring up some stats from some other players who have of Scottie's ilk in maybe, let's call it, their first 120 starts. This was all over Twitter. Some fucking random guy. I'm not going back. I just have the screenshots here. But I'm going to specifically compare Scottie to Rory and Rahm in their first 120 starts. So Scheffler, so let's compare him to Rory for majors and wins. In his first 120 PGA Tour or professional starts, Rory has 4 majors and 13 wins. Scheffler has 2 majors and 9 wins. And then we'll switch over to Rahm. Rahm only has the 1 major and 7 wins, but 10 more top 10s, 6 more top 25s, and 6 less missed cuts. And then if you extrapolate that out to a couple other players who had, or at least one more, I'm not even going to bring Tiger in here because we haven't unlocked that cabinet yet. But for Spieth, 2 majors, 10 wins, 1 more win, 26 top 10s, 1 less top 10, 47 top 10s, 4 less top 10s, the same amount of top 25s, and 1 more miscut. So I agree that there's some elements to Scottie's game that would force somebody like ourselves on a golf podcast to say what Max just said. He's here. I think that I agree that his mentals are here. That is a huge reason of why he won on Sunday, and it's a huge reason as to why he's so successful. But you also have to think that Rory won 4 majors in his first 120 starts, had the same kind of top 10s, top 20s, and missed cuts as Scottie Scheffler. And then as soon as he had a daughter, and as soon as he gets married, and as soon as life starts coming at you, and all these expectations start coming at you, it's a totally different story. Am I saying right now that Scottie can't do that? No. All I'm saying is that, like, what he's doing now isn't unprecedented. It's actually extremely precedented. We have this happen once every couple years. It went from Rory to Spieth to Brooks to Jon Rahm, dude. There's all these guys that come out with, I don't want to say no expectations, but when Scottie came out and played and first came out on tour, it wasn't like he was Rory coming out. It wasn't like he was Bryson DeChambeau coming out. It wasn't like he was these giant guys coming out of college with all of these expectations on them. So I do agree that there are different elements to Scottie, and I don't agree. I don't think he's done by any means winning majors or anything like that. But I just think that, like, the fanfare and the this has never been done, this has never been seen, or anything like all of that kind of like sensationalization is just, I don't want to say it's getting to me. It's getting to me because it goes against my narrative and what I want. So obviously that's going to get to me. But I think there's also some like extremely damning evidence against what he's doing right now that it's not as unique as people say it is. I don't know what you guys. I know obviously you guys like disagree with me, but Maxie, I don't know. I don't know if you can argue against the fact that like we have seen this before. Maybe not exactly the same way, but we have.
I think there's a lot of hype with his stance and his footwork and his follow through too.
Also, golf is exploding too with this whole live and PGA shit. Like, imagine if this happened when fucking 21-year-old Rory ripped off 4 majors in his first 100 starts, and 2 of them were at the he had a U.S. Open, 2 PGAs, and a fucking was it 2 U.S. Opens, a PGA, and an Open? Like, it is first like 120 starts. So like, imagine if this crazy like social media coverage of like the live PGA split, even if Rory wasn't the martyr that he turned out to be, like, imagine if he just had that start of his career in a different golf atmosphere.
So, I guess from a golf perspective, you know, the thing with Scottie Scheffler is he's coming out of he's not coming out of nowhere. He's won some huge tournaments when he was an AM before that.
Oh, he's a Walker. He's on the Walker Cups, like, yeah.
But it's just the level that he's doing it at. And if you're just, I mean, yes, obviously I'm not saying not discrediting Rory by any means, but
yes,
if you look at the actual numbers and the ball striking numbers, the fairways hit, the greens hit, we haven't seen numbers like this since Tiger Woods. As crazy as that sounds, we just haven't seen numbers like that since Tiger Woods. And the only other person that's come remarkably somewhat close would be Colin Morikawa.
I was just about to say that.
Even that, I mean, if you look at Scottie Scheffler's, greener regulations over the last 3 years, it's disgusting.
That's why the thing is like, dude, Tiger translated that into 4 fucking majors, twice as many majors as his first 20 starts. That's my point. We're comparing Scottie to Tiger because of his fucking strokes gain stats. What is he actually turned into accomplishment?
But you also have to look at the competition that Tiger was playing against.
Dude, half the good guys on the tour play on live, bro.
It's not, dude. It's not even. If you take Phil Mickelson and all those guys, look at the level of your top. If you take the top 25 players in the world back in the early 2000s and what their average score to par was to now, it's a huge different game. It's way more competitive into where people need to be on, to par than what it was back then.
All right. Well, he went on mute. Daigle, tell me what you're thinking.
Well, just to spitball off Joe and your take on the social media, I think specifically the new age fans are completely different than what they used to be back in the day. I think it's across all sports. The new age fan looks for the next greatest thing, no matter what it is. So anytime anyone shows any flash, anytime someone shows anything remotely close to what was done before, they automatically just give him GOAT status. So I think this is kind of like that thing where this guy, Scottie has his flash here already, starting off so strong in his career, running through tournaments, winning majors, and everyone's just so quick to hop on the train and say this is the greatest guy we've ever seen, and is he gonna rival Tiger, and here and this and that. It's just everyone's so quick to jump on a bandwagon now, where it's kind of taken away from the game, but it also gives us these heated debates where is he actually as good as he is, or is he not, and it's causing more interactions between the fans, which then leads to the sport growing, which I don't mind that. And that's my take on the whole situation.
I agree with that, but I'm going to tell you right now.
He's number 1 in greens regulation. He's number 1 in birdies per hole, and he's number 1 in fewest putts per hole.
No matter what we see,
that's why he's winning.
No one is ever going to be Tiger Woods ever again.
I think my point is that Scottie isn't even Brooks, isn't even Rory, isn't even Phil, isn't even Like they're like he's Rom now, but like he's like between all of the good players now and like all of the all-time greats. And I think that putting him in the
I
all-time
think
great
he was higher
category
than
is,
Rom from the get.
huh?
I think he was higher than Rom from the get. Like you
I
saying
think
he's a Rom now. Like I think
no, I
he's
just
way
said he
past
passed.
Rom.
He passed as soon as he put on that green jacket on Sunday. He passed Rom.
The first one.
It's all about majors. No, when he first major doesn't it, dude? No.
The first jacket.
No. And like I don't know. You guys are probably right, and I'm gonna die on this hill because I think that I don't know. I disagree with a lot of the Scottie love. I just do. Like he's not calm, cool, and collected. Like he's not. Like he does a really good job of like letting his outburst go and like getting back to zen before he hits his next shot. And I think that's what we should focus on. It's dude. He is like maybe on Sunday it was different because he knew he had in the bag, but dude, he is just as emotional as all the other guys out there. He just his actual like superpower is letting that emotion go and getting back to like zero.
Can I bring you something? Can I bring a little light to that too?
I might end this segment because I'm getting fucking dominated so bad.
You know the number one golfer that did that ever?
Max Massey.
I don't want to do this right now.
Tiger Woods. Look at Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods would literally hit a golf shot and it would be terrible, and he would yell at himself and be like, "Oh, Tiger!
Come on, Tiger!"
And then he would sit there and he would be off the green. He would chip it to 2 feet, bang it, and then birdie the next hole and tell you to beat it. You know what I mean? It's all about the mental game, bro. That's all it is. Scottie has that mental game that most of those PGA Tour guys don't have. I'm not saying he's gonna have the best. He's never gonna be Tiger and is never gonna have that level of swing and short game status every week like Tiger has. But he is the closest thing mentally that we've seen to Tiger in a while. Consistently.
I think Brooks is up there from when he had his run, but you're right. The consistency in the last 2 years, you're completely.
I
right.
will say Brooks Koepka's major mental toughness is up there with Tiger's, but I'm saying consistent mental toughness through a whole PGA season, Scottie Scheffler, without a doubt.
Yeah, he dominates the PGA Tour with DJ Brooks, Bryson. Yeah, he's sick.
Tiger had 34 wins in the first 7 years on tour.
Isn't that fucking absurd? 34 wins.
He had 9 wins in 2000.
9. That's more than the Patriots had. That's fucking terrible. That's fucking terrible. All right, I want to get to one more Scottie thing before we get to more stuff about the Masters that didn't include the giant dude, the giant bearded man with the weird feet. I'm gonna go around the room. I'm gonna start with Daigle, go Max, and then Kojak, and because I want to go to you first on the next segment. I want a over under. I want a number of majors that Scottie has to get to. I don't want to say validate, but to put him in the pantheon. Like, where do you think? What number of majors would he have to get to for you to look back on this time and be like, you know what, dude, that dude fulfilled everything that he was supposed to. Daigle, what do you think that number is?
I mean, if we're talking about like remembering him all time.
Yeah, like I want him to go down as like somewhere above, like I want him to go down above Rory, above. Like I want him to be like up in the like. What does he have to get to look back and be like, you know what, that wasn't a flash in the pan. Like that was who Scottie is.
I mean, realistically, if he goes back and wins another green jacket, he's there. I'd love to see. I want to. If he goes 3 and 4 years? You kidding me? I mean, if we talk, yeah, if he goes 5, 6 majors, I mean, he's up there.
Max.
So for me, I would say Scottie's gonna get there. I know the absolute pantheon is to have the Grand Slam, right? But I think for Scottie, he's got to have a U.S. Open and a PGA Championship under his belt, 100%. Those two, if you're gonna, obviously everyone wants the Open Championship, but as a U.S. guy, you got to have a U.S. Open, a Masters, in a PGA Championship. Got to, 100%. And I don't, and 100%. I think that Pinehurst is going to be a good spot for Scottie. You know, it's I just think the biggest thing for him is the PGA Championship is where he struggled the most. So I think for him that's where he needs to focus, his mind at. Just because it's also in a weird time in the PGA schedule, where he's usually kind of drained at that point. But I personally think that I think for me, Scotty getting the PGA Championship, not one, he's got to get two, and he's Gucci.
Kojak, right before I get to you, what do you think about? Do you think that like walk me through your thoughts about what game translates to the majors the best? You know what I mean? Like why is Scotty able to win green jackets, but you think he's going to struggle with the PGAs? Max?
I would say the biggest thing with the Masters with Scotty is he has a very good imagination. Where courses like that play very well against like guys like him, Cam Smith, Tiger, where they imagine things more than they just play to certain spots. Where PGA championships are set up in a way that it's more of, you know, target golf in the sense of you got to hit to this spot, you got to hit to here. Where when you're in a Masters tournament, it's you're playing the greens. You wherever you are, oh yes, this green's gonna slope this way. I need to play it this way. Where when you're in more of a PGA championship, it's yes, I need to hit it to here in the fairway because I need to have this into the hole. Where it's a lot less, I would say, short game is involved in a PGA championship than a Masters. Because if you look, the biggest part of Masters champions is they win because their short game is second to none. Look at Tiger Woods. Look at Jack Nicklaus. Look at, Nick Faldo, Gary Player,
Phil
all
Mickelson.
those guys. Yeah, Lefty Phil, our boy, your boy.
Love it. My boy.
It's short game is one of those things that no matter what, it's going to make you win a golf tournament. But there are certain courses that you play where that short game has to come into a second to third level for you to achieve that goal. And the Masters is one of those tournaments where the PGA, you got to keep it together for 3 days, and that fourth day, you just execute. You know?
Well, I appreciate the explanation. Now, that's good insight. That makes a lot of sense why Rory had a lot of success at PGA. Get it out there as far as you can, hit your irons to a certain spot, and just fucking hit short putts. Kojak, talk to me about where you want Scotty's career to end up here.
Hard to tell because he has such a resume that he does so quick, and he's only 27. But then you talk about how you have these short stints with the golfers like the Jordan Spieths, the those type of guys.
Brooks, just, JT, yeah.
Even Morikawa went on a stint, 1-2 majors.
I'm glad he was back this week, dude. I fucking love watching him play golf, dude. Yeah. He's a fun guy to watch.
He played well. I'm glad I went last because I was glad to hear Daigle and Max's take because they made some good points about, Daigle's like, he gets one more green jacket. It's kind of like, fuck else he got to really do. But Max is bringing up other specific majors that he should win. So, like, at the end of the day, I was like, if he got, like, Brooks is at, 4 majors?
5.
5 majors, excuse me. And
2 PGAs, 2 U.S. Opens, and a Masters.
And Tiger's at, 15?
15, yeah.
So
Rory's at 4.
There's a 10-gap difference. So, I was going to be like, win 6, 7 majors and, a fuck ton more little baby tournaments here and there. To do that, but thinking more like what Daigle said, like get a jacket and you're good, or get a PGA and a US or champion or a US Open and you're good. So it's a great question. I don't think he'll need to win 7 majors to get there. I think maybe one more jacket and a PGA, or like 2 more PGAs and not another jacket at all. But I would say 2 more majors, and I guess they kind of depend on the majors and a handful more wins. But he's definitely gonna be a Hall of Famer for sure.
Yeah, and I definitely like. Oh, go Diego.
I was just gonna say, I think the biggest thing for Scottie is the longevity. I mean, like we've talked about it before, the Spieths and even JT, Rory, all these guys are kind of not as much Rory, but they seem to fizzle out after their short little stints. Even Morikawa, even though he kind of turned it on this weekend. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, if he can do this for multiple years, or even half of what he's been doing, and just stay that top guy for multiple years, I feel like that's going to do wonders for his legacy and what he's remembered for.
Yeah, there definitely is a non-major. Sorry, Max, but there definitely is a non-major part of this discussion, right? I kind of paired the question towards majors because it's kind of like the most quantifiable and the easiest kind of like number to throw around. But you're right, it does. I mean, if he spends fucking 100+ more weeks at number one, like unabated, you know what I mean? That's a huge thing. Wins a bunch of other tournaments that aren't majors, like that's another thing. But like Max is right, dude. He's got to win multiple other majors. He's won multiple Masters. He needs to win 2 of another tournament, 3 of the combination of the other 3. I think with the way he started his career, where he is right now, how he's hitting the ball, how well he's playing right now, I want to see him get like 1 or 2 more in this little run he has going here. So I want him to get like to 3 or 4, and then I want to see him win like a 1 or 2 in the twilight of his career, kind of like Tiger did. You know what I mean? He won that 2019 Masters. You know what I mean? Phil won that 2021 PGA. I want to see Scottie do something like that. I want to see Scottie be dominant for maybe 5-10 years. Maybe he squeezes 3, 4, 5 majors out of that 5-10 years where he's unabated the number one guy, and then a successful career outside of that, and then punches another 1 or 2 home in like the twilight of his career, and maybe in his mid to late 30s. Like that would be great to see from Scottie. And I think in 2019 you saw from Tiger where it wasn't like a dominant wire to wire win. Yeah, he was leading going into Sunday. He's never not won a Masters when he was leading going into Sunday. And that's exactly Max. I know this is an audio podcast, but Max is putting his fingers up to his head like, yeah, it's a mental game. And I think Scottie has that. So I think that it doesn't really matter like what happens to Scottie like in these next couple of years, because I think he's kind of squeezed like I said, 1 or 2 more, but I want to see that longevity like everybody talked about, but I want to see him turn that longevity into like spacing. I don't want him to be one of these guys like Rory or Spieth or Brooks who wins like all of their majors in like a 3, 4, 5 year span. Like I want to see him win a couple now, maybe win 1 in the middle. Maybe he's like having kids and him and Meredith are fucking doing whatever. He pops one out in the middle, and then at the end of his career comes back and fucking wins another one as like a swan song, like kind of Phil or Tiger. But Jesus Christ, dude. Max, you have anything you want to button up Scottie real quick before we can move on here to some awful interactions with the crowd?
I'm gonna button up Scottie. I'm gonna button up Brooks, and real quick for the boys. Like I said, Scottie's got to win another one of those majors, and I know Brooks has 5. I love Brooks. We all know that. I named my goddamn French bulldog after him. But at the same point,
can we get a cameo of him?
No, he's outside on the deck being a crazy boy. But on the same time, at the end of the day, as much as I give Brooks credit for being, I mean, obviously Brooks is going to be a Hall of Famer, but for me personally, I'm not going to give Brooks that Mount Rushmore unless he wins a Masters.
He already did.
Or an Open. No.
Brooks won a Masters.
Nope. Brooks doesn't have a jacket.
Nope. He won 2 U.S. Opens and 3 PGA Championships.
Sorry. That's on me.
He came in second.
But
he did win the next major after.
Yeah, and I won $500. Thanks.
But that was sick.
Yeah, we both did. How you doing?
Then your dog got sick.
Yeah, it was the worst. Hey, have fun with your gambling when we gotta get our dog's stomach pumped.
That's just me. Scottie is that guy. I think statistically, week in week out, that you can bet on. But Brooks is that major winner all the time. But for the both of them, they each got to punch one more ticket before they put up into that Mount Rushmore for Mr. 67. Just
all right, let's get into. I know we have shit to talk about here, but like this is where I want to focus this. So like, I agree with that, dude. And then like, where do you like? So I see like Rory just has to win one more major. I don't think we talked about this last time. It doesn't have to be a Masters. It's been so long at this point. If he wins another major, he's validated. And I think you got guys like Brooks. I've already think has validated his career. He went to live and came back and won a PGA. I agree that he does have to win an Open or a green jacket. I agree with that. But you got guys like Bryson. Like, what if Bryson comes back and wins a major? Like, I guess I'm outside of the Scottie debate right now. But like, dude, I think it's such an exciting time in golf history because like, dude, we have so many guys right now that like, if they get hot or they rip off majors, dude, they're going to start ascending into that golf pantheon. You know what I mean? Like we had Tiger win in 2019, but since then, dude, we've had guys ascending like fucking like Morikawa ripping off 2. We got Scottie ripping off 2. We have John Rahm ascending. You have DJ ripping off a second one in November. You have fucking DeChambeau winning a U.S. Open. So like, I don't know, Max, I love you, buddy, but I want to hear a little bit from the other two real quick, and I want to come back to you because I want you to break down the golfers versus the majors instead of maybe the fanfare of it. You know what I mean? So Dago, I want to hear your thoughts on kind of the guys that are teetering right now on that greatness level and what they need to do. So maybe run me through like a guy like Rory, a guy like Brooks, DJ, Bryson, like kind of those kind of guys who are separated from the field with their majors or maybe multiple majors, but are maybe a skosh below the Tiger, Phil, Jack, kind of maybe even like Tom Watson discussion, kind of like those guys in the middle who could start ascending up into the pantheon.
Oh, I'm going to talk about Rory first because I know that's your guy, and I know how much you're going to hate this, but everyone wants to see the green jacket. Everyone wants to see it, and I think his time is just about run out on that. He's got to get the green jacket. It really won't feel the same if he gets another major because he won't have that green jacket. He needs it, in my opinion. As far as Bryson goes, I don't think Bryson will ever be up there with those guys just because of how hateable the guy is. Guy is just an absolute nutcase.
I've come around. I fucking love Bryson now.
He's entertaining to watch, but it's just one of those. It's like you love to hate him. Yeah, it's like, what is this asshole going to do next? Yeah. You know, that's just my opinion. I don't think he'll ever be regarded as one of those top guys.
Yeah, that makes sense. Ko, what do you think about these guys?
Yeah, so I agree with Dago. I like to look at history, and the closest Rory's ever been to a green jacket was 2 years ago, and he was tied for second, and that was the best he's ever finished.
It took like a 64 on Sunday and like fucking holing out of the bunker on 18 to get even close.
And he lost by what? 3? I think there was a 2-shot lead, 1-shot lead.
Yeah, he was top 5. Yeah, he wasn't.
He was in this. He was second, but I don't know what the shot lead between second place and the winner was 2 years ago.
He did that weird celebration out of the bunker where he like fucking twirled his hands.
Yeah, with more.
Yeah. Fucking weirdo. Love you, Rory. Come on the pod. Yeah, literally.
No, you got to be along. It's just tough because there's a lot of videos about golfers saying you got to be a long hitter to play well, to score well at the Masters, and everyone knows Rory can fucking hit the ball long. He just, for whatever reason,
no imagination. He's like Max said. He's got no imagination. He's a target golfer.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, it's like you can't. It's like that. It's like, unfortunately, Caitlin Clark being the greatest female college basketball athlete of all time, but she could just never get a national title. Rory will be one of the greatest golfers of all time. Has everything, won everything. He just never got over the Masters hump and never got that jacket.
Clip that, but cut out the last 10 seconds.
I think he just needs
4106, if you're wondering.
Thanks for writing it down.
Shit.
I think another major will definitely do it. I think he's good now. I think he's definitely going to get a couple more little Farmers Opens, fucking Mexico Opens, whatever. But another major would be sweet. I think he has another major in his pocket, but Brooks. I don't know, man. Those guys that left to go to live, they put a real I don't know,
Like wrench into things
like
almost.
asterisks on their resume when it comes to their golf career. And they really didn't have to get to that level, like at all. It was just blown up like way too much within the media, whatever. Like, who gives it? Like, who at the end of the day, who cares, man? It's just another golf league. They just want to do things different. Who cares? You think the NFL cares what the Canadian Football League is doing? No, they don't.
When they signed Patrick Mahomes, it's probably
well, yeah, that's obviously different. But like, I just feel that it's really not that big of a deal if people leave and go to live. Like, that's their choice. Whatever you do, you. But with all the weight and history behind the tour and why people are so mad at him and the history, whatever, politics, whatever, I can see why they're upset that he left. So I don't know how much of a damper that would put on his Hall of Fame career, Brooks, that being. I think he's a Hall of Famer for sure. He's got 5 effing majors. Like, he's got more than Rory. I mean, I don't know how many regular season tour regular tour wins he has.
I felt singled out by that comment.
I think Brooks is there. Unfortunately, for the people who don't think he's there now.
No, I agree.
That's just my opinion. I think he's there now. I think Rory's there now too. I wouldn't put Brooks I don't know if I would. I mean, this could be
they're right. They're fucking
for
5 and 5A
another
right
episode. But if we did like a Mount Rushmore of like the 2000s to now, like 2000 to 2024. Would he be in you guys Brooks being your Mount Rushmore?
Yes,
but that's
dude, it would be Brooks. It would be Brooks. It would be Brooks, Rory. It would be Brooks, Rory, Tiger, and Scottie.
Max, this is audio and video.
This is once again an audio podcast.
And video.
Well, I know, but I was just letting you guys finish. I mean, for me,
all right, go start with your fucking Mount Rushmore, and then go into what the fuck the guys are gonna do, bro.
2000s. We're
2000 to 2024.
2000 to right now.
Tiger Woods.
I'm counting.
Phil
Mickelson.
Yep, I knew it. You're right.
As wild as that is for you guys to hear me say, I get it. Brooks and Scottie.
That's fucking absurd. He's not even top 5 in majors this
You're putting
fucking
Scottie over Rory?
Or over Rory. That's fucking, you're out of your fucking mind, dude. There's multiple guys with more majors and more wins in the 2000s than Scottie. Scottie's been hot for 2 fucking years, and you put him in the fucking top 4 of a 25-year stretch? That's unbelievable, dog. I'm just mad because you did it over Rory. If you did it over anybody else, I would not have had that. But I mean, if you're being honest, 2010 to right now, Rory has been the best golfer in the world besides Brooks Koepka.
I agree.
If you look at it statistically, week over week over week, yes. But if we want to look at,
and he was also number 1 more continuously than Scottie, and Scottie will break it in 3 weeks. But still,
I know. I'm just saying. Listen.
It's dumb.
There's nothing more than I want for Rory
argument.
McIlroy to end up on my Mount Rushmore. He just has to seal the deal. Even if for me, he doesn't even have to. He doesn't even have to.
He sealed the deal 4 fucking times, dude.
Can you
twice as much as fucking your 4th fucking guy on there? Fucking Scottie's gonna be the guy facing the other way like fucking Lincoln because nobody agrees with you.
No. A lot of
I think plenty of people agree with Lincoln.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah. Oh God,
love you so much.
Oh God,
Clip
like it was a Republican. Relax, dude. Everybody chill.
No, I just think with
at
Rory
the time, in that time, talking about the 1860s. Sorry,
I just want him to win.
Rory has 24 career wins.
I get that.
What year was his last major?
Shut
Rory?
up. 2014 PGA.
How old were we?
I was in high. We were both at Plymouth State. We were both at Plymouth State over a keg. So don't even fucking give me that.
His last biggest win, I guess, was the FedEx Cup 2022.
You guys want quick? Oh, he won the FedEx. He won the FedEx Cup 2 years ago. Damn, that's not. What a small little tournament you got to.
2019.
It's not like you got to do anything the rest of the year
2022.
to win that tournament. That's like, yeah, you just show up on Sunday, fucking make a couple putts, you win that tournament, man.
16, 19, 22.
Little story time about me and Max at Plymouth State. So the first time I ever met Max, I was delivering Chinese food for Mandarin downtown at Plymouth State. Fucking shout out.
Bro, he's been on tour for 14 years.
No. Yeah, bro, 2010.
He's old.
He almost won the fucking Open Championship as a amateur the year before. Anyway, so I go to this house, right? I knock on the door, nobody answers. Knock on the door again. Some fucking kid answers. It's Max. They're like, "Hey, this is your Chinese food." He goes, "Yeah, it's not for me." And he's like, "Come this way." And I like walk into the kitchen. He's like, "That kid's right there." I'm like, "Okay, here's your Chinese food." No tip, obviously, college town. So I'm going to walk out, fucking slouch shoulders. Let the boys know my body language was not happy. I get a tap on my shoulder. I turn around. It's Mr. Max, Mr. 67. He goes, "Yo, how do you feel about a keg stand and a bong rip for a tip?" And I'm like, "Oh, man. Let's fucking do it." This kid had me upside down on a keg in 2 fucking seconds. And before I even got the beer down in my – yes, dude. Even I got –
You guys boys when this happened?
No, dude. I had no idea who Max was. We had no idea who
I love how shit like that happens.
Never heard that story before.
Yeah, dude.
That's hilarious.
And a couple months later,
Max
Max was working at Wyndham, and then me and Dolan used to go over to Wyndham after work all the time and fucking rip holes of golf for free with Max.
Yeah, and then 5 years later, he's your fucking groomsman.
This might have to get edited, but I don't care. He bent over faster than my ex-girlfriend.
Oh my god! All right, let's get to the last topic of the Masters we want to get to. Thank you guys so much for you. Yeah.
00 to 4806. Thanks, Max.
Oh, welcome back to no, I'm just kidding. All right, so I want to get your. Did you guys see this video and the description of what happened with Zach Johnson yelling "fuck off" to a bunch of patrons? Kojak, I know you've been hot on this story a little bit. Give me your thoughts on what.
Dude, it's not that I was just like been hot, but it's more or less like something's gonna happen. I mean, it's like it's crazy, not crazy, but like. I don't know. The Masters tournament is so sacred. It's such a classy tournament. Everything's to the books. Like, you can't bring your phone. You can't wear your hat backwards. You can't swear, blah, blah, blah. Like, they've had announcers get banned because they said something over online, blah, blah. For a professional golfer to say golf on national television and go viral, I'm just very curious to see what's going to happen. Like, if the Masters or the PGA is going to do anything about it.
Bro, they literally made Jason Day take off his sweater
the same weekend. Thank you for bringing.
Bro, the sweater he wore on Saturday. They went up to him. They're like, "Yeah, you can't wear that." And he was like, "What? Just because it was too busy and it was retro culture." They were like, "Yeah, you can't wear that." And he literally said, "Yeah, if the people from Augusta come up to you and tell you can't wear that, you take it off."
What do you think will happen? Do you think will happen anything? Excuse me. Do you think anything will happen?
No, he just got a slap on the wrist. If he didn't take that sweater.
Oh, I'm talking about Johnson, Zach.
No, I don't think
the profanity directed at the children in the crowd.
I don't think so. I mean, Tara Hatton blatantly, if you watch another video, he was on a I think he had a putt, he hit a terrible putt, and he blatantly said, "Fuck you," out loud.
Like,
and
at the Masters?
Yeah, and that wasn't a big thing. I just think the biggest thing is I just think Zach Johnson is a definition of a mosquito, and he's just that thing that just flies around all the time, and you just want to get rid of it, but he just stays there. That's how he is on the PGA Tour. None of those guys like him, dude. Look at him. He uses a center shaft putter. He's an absolute square. I don't even think he didn't even deserve. For me, he didn't deserve to have that Ryder Cup team.
Presidency?
No way. No way. They should have given it to Tiger. They should have given it to Phil Mickelson over him. The only reason Phil Mickelson didn't get it is because he went to LIV. I'm telling you that right now. That would have been Phil's team if he didn't go to LIV. That would have been a Phil Mickelson Ryder Cup team.
Go off more about the Ryder Cup, Max.
I mean, I will. Zach Johnson was the worst Ryder Cup captain I've ever seen in my life.
That's not enough. Keep going. I want that engine revved. So let me give more pretext here. So there's a Reddit post that went out that said that there was one of the guys. He was basically one of the guys in the gallery that was following Zach Johnson during what happened. On the tee, I forget what hole, he ended up making triple bogey, but on the tee of the hole, they were giving it to him about the Ryder Cup. You were the worst Ryder, like Max said, you were the worst Ryder Cup captain ever. They called him something, Karen. Dude. Yeah, they called him Karen Johnson, dude, which is fucking hilarious, which is objectively. So my thing is yeah, you got to keep it PG at a PGA event. But if you're right and funny, I think you should let it go. Like there should be a sliding scale between like how funny and how correct you are versus like how you get thrown out. Like if you're throwing around the C word like I did on the last podcast, yeah, maybe we'll throw you out. But if you call Zach Johnson Karen, you should not get thrown out. But anyway. So he turns around and addresses it at the tee box, which doesn't get caught on camera somehow. And then he gets all the way down to the green. He misses a double bogey putt, taps in for triple bogey. They cheer that section of the stands cheers his triple bogey. And he looks right into the stands, right at that section of people and says, "Go fuck yourself" or "fuck off." And he would literally quote kids in that section being like, "What did he just say? What does that mean?" So, like, I don't know. I think that his whole reputation for this whole, like, everything that stemmed from the Ryder Cup for Zach Johnson's perspective has been negative. And then when you watch Full Swing and you watch, like, the Ryder Cup episodes and see that Zach Johnson was staying with JT and Spieth, like, his captain's picks that he picked over guys like Lucas Glover and Keegan Bradley, who may have helped them maybe not get fucking blown out in Italy. And it's just such a bad look. It's another bad look. He can't handle the pressure. He couldn't handle the pressure of the Ryder Cup. He fucked that all up. Couldn't handle the pressure of people giving it to him after the Ryder Cup. So, I don't know, Max. I just wanted to give a little bit more context before we kind of, like, got going here.
I mean, he just can't – I mean, he never could handle the pressure. Look at him.
Didn't he win a Masters, though?
Dude, he won one major. Good for him. Congratulations. But – other than
Wait a second. Hold on a second. I hate to bring Scottie up, but the first 3 episodes of this podcast were recorded before Scottie won his second major.
I get that, but was Scottie an absolute douchebag?
You're asking the wrong guy.
That's what I'm saying.
You know the answer. Is
Scottie the one that's taking practice swings at Augusta, whacking him off the practice? Whacking him off the, tee marker. Sorry, I didn't see it.
Yeah, no, I took a full swing and hit it OB. My bad. That was a practice.
He's an absolute scumbag. I've never been a Zach Johnson fan. Kojak knows that for a fact. If Zach Johnson ever came in a group where we were walking to a tournament, we went to the other side of the course just because I didn't want to be anywhere near that man.
Just bad vibes.
It's just bad vibes. I mean, to be honest with you, like I said, he's just one of those guys that it was like it's kind of like a baseball term, like, oh, here, look what I found. That's kind of what it was when, he became Ryder Cup captain. Oh, here, we need someone to be the Ryder Cup captain. Oh, let's pick this meathead. And that's what they did.
There you go. You got any thoughts on this discourse?
No, I mean, the part that really pissed me off about the whole thing was that they asked him about it after the fact, and he denied the whole thing. He's like, "Oh, I didn't hear anything. You got to realize I'm 130 yards away from the gallery. I didn't hear a single thing that they were saying. I was swearing at myself." No, you weren't. You know exactly what was going on. You know exactly what you did. If you did it, own up to it.
Yep. No, you gotta. Yeah, I feel like golf has a huge accountability problem in that sense. It's like, yeah, it's everybody else's problem besides the golfer. Want to hit on one topic. Before we get on the range segment here. We had a lot of. It's kind of fucking the golfer himself put the wet blanket on it, but they had a huge rumor about Rory to live for $850 million. First fucking day on the range at Harbortown, he does an interview with Golf Channel and pretty much puts all the fucking rumors to bed. Kojak, I haven't heard from you in a minute. So what do you think about the rumors starting in the first place and then Rory's comments putting him to bed today?
Yeah, there's no chance he's going anywhere.
Thank
you. This, I asked you a question about, I was like, Joe, a couple, months ago, whatever. It was like, it feels like Rory's kind of being the spokesman for PGA and Jay Monahan is just like, I'm just going to hang out, let him do it. And you said you're just going to let Rory take all the punches in the spotlight, and Monahan's really not doing too much. So Rory's done way too much time and energy and invested into just upping and leaving, but I can also see him just being fed up and
Exactly.
just
That's
going.
what. Yeah.
But I don't know because he's made enough money in his life. I think he cares more about legacy and honor and who he is as a golfer when he stops golfing. And kind of what I was saying with the Brooks thing. Like a lot of people when they think about Brooks Koepka, they're gonna think about how great of a PGA golfer he was, and he's always gonna have that. Oh, but he left to go play live. But I don't know. He was never gonna go anywhere to begin with. I think the media should have been smart enough to know that this was all a fluke, but then again, it's the media and clickbait is clickbait and money's money. So I get it, but he was never going anywhere.
Max, chamber that round because I know me and you're going to go back and forth on this. Daigle, give me a quick hit on this, and then we'll get to Maxie. Maxie busted the gills over there.
No, I agree with Kojak. I think everyone knew that Rory wasn't going to go anywhere. I mean, I wouldn't blame him if he did because that number is astronomical.
I would have went yesterday.
Yeah. You wouldn't have even gotten to the mill part. I would have said yeah, but it's it's one of those. It just solidifies like he's one of the most loved golfers of all time. I mean, how can you hate Rory? He's always been there. He's being like that spokesperson for the PGA through all that live shit, and it will solidify his spot as one of the most favored and most loved PGA golfers of all time.
Influential golfers, yeah.
Well, dude,
exactly.
This is part of my Rory thing. Is like I love a guy who just is 10 toes down on whatever the fuck he believes in, dude. Rory believes in, and this is why like I'm so like vehemently like defending Rory because I feel like I think it was Kojak. You brought it up how he's just hung out to dry by the tour on this whole like live in PGA bullshit. He was the guy. He was the strong voice in the room when Jay Monahan was being a bitch. Let's be honest. He was being a fucking little. He was being a little, a little kid, dude. He just did not want to. Max, video podcast
Max,
as
this
well.
is video, bro.
Stop licking your hands. But yeah, I think that the part of that was like part of my vehement defending of Rory is kind of that whole thing where he kind of took up for the tour and vouched on the half of the tour. So I think that Max sent me this. As soon as I read the article, I said it was fake. Then he said it was gaining more speed. So I was just like, you know what? I would take $850 million too. And then I saw the video of Rory, and now all the way the fuck 360 degrees back into like fully behind Rory being the fucking bad boy on the PGA Tour. Like, let Scottie win all the fucking tournaments. Let Rory get one at some point. Let him get one major. Let him get one. This is a fucking charity.
No.
Shut up. And then let him be the bad. Like, dude, if Rory gets a major in the next 2 years before the merger and he's like the guy that like fucking does it, like that's so fucking cool. But anyway, like I never thought he was going. I think that I had a moment of weakness in the group chat where I said I might have been playing golf for the H-man, which not my favorite thing I've ever said, but it was truthful. But anyway, Max, tell me about Rory to live, and then I know there's one more thing you want to get back into on the Masters that we forgot to touch on.
I just think the thing about Rory and Liv, I just think it's one of those things that it's just a headline for them to bring up since he played so bad in the Masters. I guess it's kind of he played so bad in the Masters. This was his distraction on why he played so bad in the Masters kind of thing. But I think Rory McIlroy, in the sense, is, he's a Tiger Woods guy where he's a PGA guy through and through. He's been there since the beginning. He always will be. He's the face of it, because to be honest with you, if Tiger Woods was still in the PGA and all that stuff, he would be the one that'd be taking all these bullets. But Rory,
why isn't it Scottie? I thought he was the face of the PGA Tour now.
Scottie is the face of the PGA Tour now, but he's not the one that's been there for the last.
No, I agree. I'm just being
20 years. But that's why Rory gets pulled into all these bullets. Where if it was, like I said, if it was Tiger Woods, it would be the same thing. And I guess, segueing into that is, just think about the kid playing with Tiger Woods, on the last day of the Masters, Neil Shipley, Ohio State graduate student. Just think about being that guy, 28 years old. You get in there from, how you get there in the US Am. You're literally playing with the greatest golfer on the planet
with your 20-year-old buddy on the bag.
on the last day of the Masters with him wearing red. You know what I mean? Like, what gets better than that? You know what I'm saying?
What else?
850 million.
Wait, what else? Hold on. All right. Rory's not going to live. Stop yelling at me, everyone.
All right, move on.
Max, what else happened between Tiger and Shipley?
I just think it was just more of, Shipley, just look at his interview, and he was just like, he is a normal guy.
Yeah.
We were talking about golf. We were talking about life. They were talking about Charlie, and as much as they want to say, oh, Tiger didn't slip him anything, Tiger slipped him the digits. We all know it.
No, it was a Tampax Pearl.
Yeah, it was the same thing it was the same thing JT got, but this one had his phone number on it. So whenever he's down and he's feeling that type of way, that during the month, he can call Tiger and he'll give him some advice. But like I said, I just think that that's a cool thing. I guess is seeing the full perspective.
What do you think more about the press conference and how that ended?
What, with him being?
Yeah, him being like, "Why the fuck are you asking me that? Shut the fuck up," basically.
Yeah, that's just one of those things where he's just not used to those kind of questions, and it's just leave the kid alone, man. You know what I mean? He's there to play golf. He played with Tiger. Like, leave him alone. You got hard questions? Ask Tiger. Tiger's been there for how many years? He'll tell you what he wrote on the note if you want to know.
I guess. I don't know. I just think that sometimes we're in such an age where like nothing can be sacred. Like why can't Tiger just pass an amateur note and just like let that be between Tiger and the 28-year-old amateur that he played with?
There's always
somebody
camera
watching.
That's the thing. Why didn't he just come out and say that though, rather than acting like all awkward?
What if it was just a fucking, I don't know.
Like,
what if it's just a picture of Tiger's junk? He's just like, what do you think of that?
How you doing?
I would say like, it looked glorious, just like I would imagine it. I mean, that's all he had to say.
Be like, I'm photocopying this.
No, it's like all he had to say was, yeah, he passed me a note, and that's between me and Tiger.
So what do you think that means for what was said on the note, that he didn't want to disclose it? That even the fact that the note was passed? This is like high school right now. I'd be like, dude, I thought Becky passed fucking Johnny a fucking note in chemistry, and they're denying the note, but we know that there was a note, and we just want to know what was on it.
I'm telling you right now, it was a phone number with Tiger's number on it that said, if you need anything or you need any advice, please call me.
I'm whoring Charlie out as a swing coach. Do you need our help?
That too. Because Tiger's one of those guys where I think he's humbled himself in the last, 3 to 5 years, where he's giving a lot more back to the golf community than he ever has in the past.
That's beautiful.
He's realizing, I need to keep this game alive and to keep it growing. I need to spread what I know to the others to help it growing. And I think, it's the same thing, he does the same thing with JT, he does the same thing with his
really
son.
worked there.
But,
I'm sorry. I'm being such a dick today because of fucking Rory.
Well, how did it work with Rory when they were?
Listen, he won 4, dude. Fucking stop yelling at me right now, dude.
I'm just saying, I just think that Tiger's humbled himself a lot, and especially since his last car accident. And I think that, he wants the game of golf to keep growing exponentially, and I think the best way for him to do that is, to spread that love to as many young people as he can.
Yeah, that was beautiful, Max.
Yeah, that was fucking awesome.
Cry and shit.
Yeah, dude,
brought a tear to my eye. It might be the Coors Lights talking, but
getting a little light beer emotional. All right, let's get to on a range segment and get the fuck out of here. So I'm gonna switch up the order here from what we had in the group chat. So, but what I'm going to do first, we're going to go, let's see. We got a couple to pick. We got a couple to pick from. All right, let's go. We'll go non Augusta, and then we'll end with the two. We'll end with the two Augusta questions here. So we had a question from Tommy Bennett, who just got into golf watching. Unfortunately for him, the first piece of golf content that he listened to was our podcast. So Tommy, it gets better, promise. But his question is, how do you watch golf? Do you watch golf like a regular sporting event? We're not talking about being there. I know you have to be cordial and do the golf clap and shit like that when you're there. I want to get Kojak. I want to go to Kojak first on this. How do you watch golf? What is watching golf like to you? Is it like the other sports, or is it something different?
No, it's pretty much like the other sports. I don't do anything but that. Give me some beer, give me some snacks, give me some. Hold on, I don't want anything else to eat when I watch sports besides Daigle's ribs. Those things were fucking incredible. Went to his house this past weekend to watch the fights. There you go, I made some ribs. Dude, like, chefed up some Gordon Ramsay type shit. But no, I like to watch him. Thursdays and Fridays, I'm not really too like into it. Saturdays, I'll kind of catch the end of it, but Sunday, I'm pretty much into it from start to beginning.
So, like, do you? I guess this is kind of a question for the whole group, but like, do you guys like? So, like, when I'm watching Scottie, he misses a 4-footer for Brady. I'm on top of my couch, fucking jumping up and down, fucking
for
cheering.
sure.
But and if like my guy, like you guys saw me watching the final round of the PGA last year, fucking watching Brooks fucking hole par putt after par putt, and I'm freaking the fuck out. So like, do you guys have that? I guess I'll start with Daigle, and let me go to Max. Max has been batting cleanup a little bit. I'll let Daigle bat cleanup here. I know he's loading on that back foot, waiting for a high fastball. So let me get Maxie. You watch it like other sports? Are you jumping up and down? Are you yelling when your guy makes a putt?
100%. I think it gets more aggressive the further along through the tournament it gets. I guess, like, obviously first day of like Scottie makes a birdie, I'm not headbutting my TV.
Who?
But last round of the Masters when he bangs that eagle in and starts doing work,
sick.
I'm getting real excited about it. So I would say it's more of kind of how the tournament gets. But for the most part, I would say that no matter what it is, I would say that I watch golf probably a little more aggressive than the average person.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Daigle.
With me, it all depends on the tournament. Obviously, the majors, I'll get into it a little bit more. I'll be clapping. I'll be a little bit of shouting here and there. If it's not one of the majors or it's not like the Ryder Cup, I'll be pretty silent. I'll be like that guy that's sitting on my couch, like eating a bag of Cheetos or something, and someone misses a putt. I'll be like, "Fucking idiot!" Like,
I couldn't.
Daigle after a dog walker, just sitting there in comatose, be like, "That guy sucks."
Yeah, that guy sucks. I could have hit that. I should be on tour. How much does last place get?
Oh fuck!
But obviously those bigger ones, and I'll definitely get into it a lot more and get a little hyped up. Maybe pace back and forth a little bit, stretching,
put some money on it.
Yeah, sweating out some bets. It all comes down to what it is and who I'm rooting for and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I was a big Max guy on Sunday. Not Max Massey, but Max Homa. All right, this is where I want to sink our teeth into for the on the range segment. I'm going to start with Daigle again. I'm going to go Daigle. I'm not even going to interject. I'm going to go Daigle, Kojak, myself, then Max, because I want your true educated opinion on this. Daigle, flop or bump and run?
Time and a place, man. Time and a place. I love a good flop shot. Yeah, I mean, if you need to hit it, and I'll hit it 9 times out of 10. But sometimes you got to do the chip. You got to do the bump and run. And
bump and run, fucking worst.
It all comes down to the round that I'm playing. If I'm playing a quick 9, like during the week after work, I'll get creative. I'll do the flop shots and all that kind of crazy shit just to practice that kind of stuff. But if I'm playing 18 and I'm trying to score well, I'm going to bump and run it 9 times out of 10.
Ko, what do you think?
Facts. Absolutely. Want to know why? No idea how to hit a flop shot.
Kojak's like, yeah, full disclosure, don't know how to hit one of these shots. So I'm going to go with the bump and run. So go.
I've almost mastered the good old bump and run. That's my go-to when I'm obviously there. But I obviously know how and understand the concept of hitting a flop shot. I guess I just never tried it.
Hinge those wrists, baby. Thank you, Max. But yeah, I'm gonna go to Max to you in a second because I know you'll have a little bit more of a soliloquy here. But Diego's right; it's time and place, and it should be more about what he said about like trying to score versus like trying shit out. But like, I'm gonna tell you right now, I haven't hit a bump and run in this decade. I haven't hit a bump and run since 2019. I would rather hit a little nippy chip. I would rather fucking putt from off the green. I would rather fucking
3 years ago
do anything besides fucking bump and run. I don't know. I think it's because my dad, for the first like 10 years I was golfing, was like, "No, you gotta keep it on the ground. You gotta keep it on the ground." I'm like, "Dad, there's a fucking bunker in the way. How am I supposed to bump and run with an 8-iron here? What do you mean? What do you mean? I'm gonna
plug."
Yeah, he wants it to plug. I know, Max. Fucking shoehorn that one right in here. All right, Maxie. So you know our uneducated opinions. Theirs are more about time in the round. Mine's more about not wanting to look like a fucking 20 handicap hitting a bump and run. But what is your you're the man, dude. What is your kind of what is your decision making when it comes to choosing a around the green shot?
So for me, right, it's the biggest thing is you gotta judge the lie.
Oh yeah, here we go. Max bringing logic to the situation.
A lot
dude.
of people
Come on.
don't
judge. Oh, dude, hit a flop shot, you fucking idiot.
He sucks.
He sucks, dude. He can't hit a flop shot. That's why he's saying that.
Yeah. What? Just because I'm fat, I can't flop it? How you doing?
Jesus,
anyway,
you said it, not me, bro.
So, I know that's why I said it. So you got to judge the lie first of all. If you got grass underneath it, you can hit a flop.
Yep.
But I'm just saying, for me, right? Obviously, I'm a lot lower handicap than a lot of other folks here.
Whoa, you didn't have to put the here. You didn't have to put the here in there. You could have just said you were better than most.
Well, I meant here as in.
Diego, do I need to drive the Foundry?
No, I'm just looking for who the fuck he's talking to.
Is Cat on the couch over there? Is he Cat? Are you there?
No day night tonight.
Oh no.
But
that's
I'm
why
just
we're getting
saying
a full hour and 15 out of Dago right now.
For me, I think that I practice it enough where my bump and run, I would say 8 out of 10 times, I know it's going to land inside that fun little circle we all like to call the happy zone. And the flop shot, it's more of, I use the flop shot more when it's kind of a last reserve. You know what I'm saying? When I know it's like, oh, damn, I've struck out here, here, and here. I need to get it in the hole. Bang. We're putting the flop, hitting it high, landing it soft. How you doing?
Good, and you? What the hell was that noise?
I don't know. I think it was Max's dog walking across the floor. You need to cut that thing's fingernails, bro.
Can we get a cameo?
Yeah, get the dog in the pod. Grab that little pipsqueak. All right, so I'm gonna move us on here before we get a look at little Brooksy here. I got two Masters related on the range. I want to get into one that's Scottie related here. I'll wait for Max to get back with his son. Let's see him. Oh, look at the boy.
Oh!
Hey, look at the boy.
What up, gangster?
Make him sniff the mic. Give him a good sniff. Give him a good sniff take. No, I'm just. All right, Maxie. So we're going to be talking about, do you think Scottie has beaten the course at Augusta?
I don't think Scottie beat the course. I think Scottie beat everyone else that was on the course.
I agree. No, I agree. No, he's right, dude. Do you guys my opinion here is I think that, dude, Scottie, what was Scottie, 9 or 10 under to win?
11.
Yeah, so I think when you get to I think what they said about DJ, about how there should be an asterisk on his win in November. I don't think there should be an asterisk on the win because I think everybody else played the same course. He beat everybody. But I think that's That was that kind of narrative about why he beat the course, why he shot 20 under was because they played in November. And I think until you see somebody shoot like 16, 17, 18, close to 20 under, over 15 under in a regular Masters tournament, I think that's when you can try to show somebody beating the course. But Max is completely right. Scottie's just beating everybody on whoever's out there right now. Scottie's beating them. It doesn't really matter what the course is. All right, good talk. All right, so piece de resistance. This has been going around the primetime production circles. This has been going down around the golf Twitter circles. This has been going around group chats everywhere. If you started the Masters opposite the pin as far as you could on the green, could you win the Masters with every other golfer, the professional golfers, playing from whatever tee that Augusta deems the tournament tees for that week? So, Daigle, I'll start with you. If you were put on every green at Augusta, you had to shoot an aggregate, let's call it a 270, 272 to win the tournament at 10, 12 under. Do you think you could do it just by putting?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I thought this was fucking unbelievable. Dude, you could hit 75% of your putts could be 4 putts, and then you need fucking like a handful of 3 putts to win the tournament. Am I out of my mind? Max, tell me I'm out of my mind.
You're not out of your mind. You're not out of your mind at all.
No, not only that, you get the practice rounds just like they do.
Oh!
You're playing the same green from the same spot all 4 days. Yeah, the pin placement will change, but you're pretty much, you'll know those greens by the back of your hand by the 3rd day, if that.
That's a really good point. That the average golfer and like the golfer is so different because like when you talk about the average golfer, it throws in everybody who plays 1 or 2 rounds a year and kind of skews the average golfer. I feel like the average golfer plays 2 to 3 times a month, right? Maybe once a week, tries to get out once a week. And then there's guys like us who are kind of the above average golfer time-wise, not skill-wise. But, like, we're playing, like, 2 to 3 rounds a week. But I think guys who are, like, on the course regularly, have some kind of putting setup, have some kind of putting routine, could probably get something done. I don't want to say win outright, but, dude, I definitely think you could, like, crack par and, like, get into contention at some point. Co, what do you think?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I think Daigle's point of practice round and just playing the same green, like...
Yeah, that changed my whole fucking outlook right there.
Yeah. It's a no-brainer. I think anybody could win.
Fucking bringing logic into the situation.
How
trying to fucking record a podcast. You're fucking coming up with the correct answer.
Who would have thought?
Fucking, we're trying to pull this out. Max, what would you shoot over 4 rounds if you got the putt from the opposite of the pin every time?
I would have beat Scottie Scheffler. I can tell you that right now. How you doing?
Agreed.
Scheffler?
Huge Max fan in this situation.
That's all we gotta know. I mean, I'm just telling you, it's just one of those things where it's you gotta. Once you play it once, you know the next day it's gonna get faster. The next day it's gonna get faster. The next day it's gonna get faster. So once you're there once, twice, 3 times, the 4th time, God, sweetheart,
like butter.
Well, dude, I think it's crazy when people are like, dude, could you play Augusta from under 6,000 yards and be in contention? Be like, dude, I can't fucking play any course under 6,000 yards and be in contention. Like, what are we fucking doing here? But when you make it like I have to 3 or 4, if I can mix in 3 and 4 putts from 100 feet away, like, I don't know. I feel like if you have arms and legs, you should be able to make that happen if you played golf before. I don't know. I'm way too confident, though. You guys know me. I hit 1 putt, and I'm screaming I'm the best golfer on the course, just totally disregarding everybody I'm playing with. Max, literally a third my handicap could be sitting right next to me, and I will scream I am the best golfer on the course. Not even the best golfer on that hole. It's just a bad look for me. Anyway, well, this has been our Masters recap. We got Scottie Hottie off the top, winning his 2nd green jacket. Where does he end up in the pantheon of golf? We don't know. He's got a solid base to get there. We got a lot more golf coming at you this week. We got another elevated event out in Harbor Town, a couple hours away from me. So they're already on the course there. They're already starting to get ready for another elevated event. So we'll have more coverage coming at you. Like Kojak said off the top, we're going to be getting a lot more involved in YouTube, doing some videos, showing you guys our swings, so you guys have a lot more content to make fun of. But For the 4 Dude 1 Cart podcast, we are brought to you by Primetime Productions. You can find them on Twitter at Primetime Prods. You can find them on the internet at primetimeproductions.net. We have a store up on primetimeproductions.net. You'll be seeing some 4 Dude 1 Cart merchandise come there. We got some sweet dad hats coming with just the logo on the front. They're fucking sweet. I'm gonna hit my first hole-in-one in that hat. I'm fucking calling it right now. Calling it right now. I'm calling it. I'm calling my fucking shot. Call me Babe Ruth at the Polo Grounds. I'm going.
You're gonna be wearing that hat every single round you play for the rest of your life. Then
that hat is gonna wither away and die before I do and before I make a hole-in-one. But anyway, like I said, my name is Joe Sherr, alongside Kojak, Daigle, and Max. We are the 4 Dude 1 Cart podcast, and we really appreciate you sticking around for the 4th edition. Now we will see you guys next week. Have fun out there.
Hit them straight, boys.